Hello everybody on YouTube. Today we're going to talk about magnet fishing or a magnet fishing setup. So if you've been browsing around YouTube, you've discovered something called magnet fishing. It's become very popular in Europe over the last several years. It's also becoming popular in America. And basically the premise behind it is just you have a large magnet that you put underwater, either at a dam, a stationary, or a static moving body of water. And you cast a magnet in on a piece of rope. Usually it's a rare earth magnet or a retrieving magnet like this. And you see what you can come up with. And there's some, cool videos of people finding guns, which I don't think that really happens as much as they say. And, people finding scrap. But it's kind of an interesting, it's almost like a treasure hunt, but, working class treasure hunt. So I decided to see what I could do about sourcing and making my own setup for magnet fishing, and I discovered something. One, Amazon, a lot of the things were overpriced. Now, given those are neodymium or neodymium rare earth magnets that have, 500, 600, 700 pounds of pull, double-sided magnets, but, those can be $30, $40, and they can go all the way up to $100 or so or more. So I decided, I want to see if I can put together a reasonable, inexpensive magnet fishing kit for less than 20 bucks. And this is what I came up with, and this is step one, is just showing you the materials. Harbor Freight and Dollar Tree were the two places I went. All of this would cost under 20 bucks in one capacity or another, which I'll explain here momentarily. So the most expensive piece is the retrieving magnet. This is the Harbor Freight 250-pound pull retrieving magnet. So if you just take it out, essentially all this is just two 125-pound magnets together in a box. It's actually pretty hefty. It's got good size. I'm probably going to put some Loctite on those threads when I tighten it down. So basically it's just two magnets that appear to be set side by side, and then appears to be a box built around them, or a welded box that they set them in. Okay, so there it is. Now, I realize 250 pounds is not going to do a whole lot, but, I mean, how much do you want to pull up? Do you want to get really complicated with this? And, yeah, I'll give you an example here. Let's look at my thermos. This is probably about 7 or 8 pounds. It's full of coffee. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm convinced that that'll probably work reasonably well enough for whatever I need it to do. In terms of small-scale stuff. If I'm going to get real complicated and get really into this, I'll probably do a little bit more. Carabiner attachment, again, magnets. You want something that's made of a non-ferrous metal, because a ferrous metal is going to attract to the magnets iron, steel, etc., etc. So, aluminum. This is actually the 89-cent Harbor Freight. Oh, before I get into prices, this was $20, or $19.99. However, it was $16 because I had a 20% off coupon, which Harbor Freight gives those out in the mail. There is no way you can't get a 20% coupon for anything in the store. It's valid for one item. Or you can get a specialty coupon like this is good for Memorial Day, and the best part is usually it comes with a free magnet. Or, I'm sorry, a free flashlight, which this one has the same. So that was $16. I used that. That was one day I walked in and grabbed that. The carabiner to attach it to, aluminum. This one is the 89-cent Harbor Freight one. Not really impressed with this one. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have some kind of hasp or a locking mechanism, which is, I mean, I'm not going to pull up hundreds of pounds worth of scrap on this, hopefully, but I want something a little bit stronger. So I walked on over to the Dollar Tree, and one of the Tool Bench series, which are the dollar tools at Dollar Tree, was a Mega Carabiner, which, that one at least has like a notch cut out and a little pin there. So that actually doesn't seem to be too terribly bad for $1. So those are the two options I found on the budget. Moving on to rope. This was, I think, $3.89 at Harbor Freight. This is polypropylene, glow in the dark, 50 foot by 1/4 inch. Nice, good, static, not real stretchy rope is kind of what I think you'd want. Again, I used a 20% coupon, came in the next day. This was $3, so it's less than $20 for the Harbor Freight setup. Now, if you want to go a little bit less expensive, I would think you need a minimum of 50 feet, but if you're really on a budget, again, Dollar Tree had the Tool Bench series, nylon paracord. This is only 1/8 inch, and this is only 25 feet, but if you're really desperate, I guess you could use that for a small stream or creek or pond or etc. etc. 25 feet isn't bad. So basically the plan is just, you know, use the carabiner, attach it, and then tie the rope with some type of self-tightening knot, like a noose knot or something like that, and then see what it can do. Again, looking at budgets, if your budget's really a concern with it, you know, you can source all this stuff locally at your local Dollar Tree or your local Harbor Freight, which there's plenty of them around to choose from. Both of these setups, this one would be $18 if you bought the magnet for $16 with 20% off, $1 carabiner, and $1 paracord. This would be right at $20. I think it was like $19.97 if you get the 20% off with this, this, and this from Harbor Freight. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's what I plan on doing. So this is my dirt tube setup. My next video will probably be me with it set up, trying to do some magnet fishing and failing miserably, but still it's worth a shot. So good luck, YouTube. I'll let you know how this goes.